Today starts with a gourmet bagel. Bagel with cream cheese, walnuts, and goji berries on the left. Bagel with cream cheese, peanut butter, cherries, raisins, and blueberries. I know dried fruit is heavy, but it is delicious. Losing my raincoat last night really put a wrench into things. So I have planned my next few days. I'm gonna do bigger miles for me anyway. I have a 17, almost 18 today, a 20 tomorrow, and then a 15, so that I can get to a place where I can get a new jacket before it rains, because I just can't be wet like that. I get too cold. I was talking to another hiker this morning, and I don't know if I've mentioned here, but I have a thyroid problem, and so I don't regulate body temperature very well. That might explain a little bit when I talk about how I don't like to be cold and wet. When I get too cold, I have a hard time warming up, and when I get too hot, I have a hard time cooling off. So it's going to be a challenge for me these next few days. Today will really determine whether or not it's even doable. But I've got 50-some miles to go and 3 days to do it. I've been in my head quite a bit this morning about that raincoat. You know, when you do something and you really want to do over, like I want to do over. I want to strap it down a little bit more, and then I think, well, maybe I should have just walked the 5 miles back, but somebody could have picked it up and taken it, and I need to push forward. And then I think, well, if somebody did take it and maybe they needed it, and so I don't know, maybe this is what needed to happen. Maybe there's a reason I need to push 50 miles, and the raincoat gave me the reason to do it. And you just never know. And so I want to let this go. I really, really want to just let it go and be okay with it. It reminds me of something that I do often. When I was in my yin yoga teacher training with Bernie Clark in Vancouver, Bernie used to say something. He used to repeat himself a lot. And I loved that, because often you don't hear a message the first time that you receive it. And he used to say, relax your shoulders. And I'll say it again. Relax your shoulders. And the second time he said it, I could relax a little bit more. And so often when I'm hiking and I feel the pack on my back, I think to myself, relax your shoulders. And I'll say it again. Relax your shoulders. And right now, I just want to relax. I want to relax. I want to let it go. I think I may have found a new favorite protein bar. Good word. 10 grams of protein, not bad. And 200 calories, and it's small, very small. Small, and tastes like a cookie, and it's super light, and yeah, I like it. This is the last water source for the next 10 miles, so I'm going to get some water. I'm also going to try this new thing. I've mentioned it before, trying a meal replacement or a protein shake of some sort. Put this little ball in here so I would roll out my feet when I stop, but there's no place right now. So if you remember the resupply box, there is this protein powder with a little heavy cream powder, mostly just to add fat. The protein powder doesn't have much fat. And then I'm gonna throw in an instant coffee packet for a little caffeine this morning. Let's see how it goes. I'm using the Talenti cold soak container because it was just easier for me to pour the protein powder from the bag into a wide mouth jar. And I filled it almost to the top. Let's see how it tastes. That was a success. The protein shake was perfect. It was tasted like a chocolate milkshake, actually. And went down easy. And so hopefully I can hike and not feel bogged down by heavy food. We'll see how it goes, but if I feel good, I'll probably add that to my resupply boxes. I may try the vanilla. I'll have to order some. I like Thorne, Thorne, Thorne brand, whey protein powder. It's a good one. So I might order some vanilla just to mix it up a bit, and it'll be a nice new addition, especially in the summertime when it gets warm. I can stop by a nice ice cold stream and have like a little iced coffee. I tried to load up on quite a bit of water at that last stop. It'll be my last water refill for the next 11 miles. In 11 miles, I have a camp that also has water. I've gone 7 and it's 11, so not too bad, and I'm feeling pretty good. One thing I have been thinking about a lot today is the big miles that I want to do. Big for me. We'll see how it goes. One thing I know about myself is that my mind likes to worry. I can be prone to ruminating and anxious thoughts. And so today, so that I don't worry about the miles, I have been practicing gratitude. I have just been thinking about all the people that I am grateful for. And I've been doing this for hours. The list is never ending. 53 years, a lot of time to meet a lot of wonderful people. And so I've thought about family and friends and teachers and people who have inspired me and people who have kept me company, and everybody. There's so many people. The list is endless. It goes on and on and on and on. It's been a great way to occupy my time this afternoon. I'm noticing there are bushes that the rhododendrons are blooming. And then right beside are bushes where the petals are starting to fall. And it just reminds me that we all have our own timing. We all have our own needs. We can even have the same nutrients, the same sunlight and soil, and yet we're all unique. It also reminds me of the impermanence of things. Nothing lasts. Everything changes. And that's really helped when I think about the fact that I am limited a little bit to the timing of my hike, and I do need to pick up the number of miles. I too am going to have my own timing. I'll just have to see what works out for me. So the most amazing thing just happened. Magic. So I was crossing a road and someone was setting up for trail magic, although he didn't feel well. So he asked if I would help, and so I helped him set up his trail magic. And I was telling him the story about losing my raincoat, and he said, well, I have a couple of raincoats in the back. And he had some emergency ponchos. Isn't that amazing? So now that I have an emergency poncho, which makes me feel so much better, even though I'm still planning on hiking the miles and doing the thing, I now have something to protect me, and that's magic. This trail angel also was very generous when I told him my doctor said I could not have sugar. And it's really hard to say no to people when they're being so nice, because he said he had some sugar-free ginger ale, which usually means lots of chemicals and artificial sweeteners and stuff that I don't have any interest in having, but he insisted that I look for it, so I did. And when I couldn't find it, he said, well, then you'll have to have one for my personal stash. And so he had me go up and get it out of the front of his car. And I just couldn't say no. How do you say no to that? Personal stash. And so I had the ginger ale, and then he had a bunch of fruit. And he did have watermelon too. And I think he was hoping to get, he said he needed 10 people before he'd cut into the watermelon. And I'm sure he was hoping I would stay, but I don't have that kind of time today. So I walked away with an apple, a mandarin orange, and a plum. And my bag is now super heavy with fresh fruit that I need to consume today. So gotta get working on that. Looks like I might have to follow the road a little bit. I know there are some overlooks these next couple of miles. I wonder if they're all on this road. It's beautiful. Taylor Mountain. Elevation 2543 up there. And we're at 2340. There's a blaze and another view. I guess I continue to follow the road. There's another blaze over here. It'd be great if I go back into the woods. Let's go see. All right, blaze here, AT sign, and yes, I go back into the woods. Woohoo! I have to say, one of the things I'm grateful for, besides all the people I know and the people that I'm meeting now, is being in with the trees and the shade. It's really gotten quite rocky in through here. And I'm climbing with all this fresh fruit. I have an apple. In addition to the apple I have in my pack, and a plum, a big juicy plum that I think will be really good with my bagel and cream cheese tomorrow, and a mandarin. So as soon as I get to a place where I have a nice view, I'm gonna stop, make my sandwich, have some fruit, and take a moment. I did, I think I forgot to tell you that I did get up and do my yoga practice this morning. And for that, I'm really grateful. I think it set the day. And with the next few days being nice and warm, I'm hoping to do the same. It's gonna take some effort, but it really makes for a better day. And I know myself well enough that it's harder for me as the day goes on to stop and do my practice. So in real life, that's the way it is. And it's been that way on trail too. So let's see if I can get a rhythm going in the mornings. The overlooks that are coming up happen to be alongside the highway, and I didn't want to sit there. So I just found a spot here and have been enjoying the birds. Had tuna on a wrap, nothing major, and now I'm gonna eat my apple as I walk. Lots of views like this today. Crossing the parkway again. The trail goes beside this big giant brick wall, and I don't know what it is. This has been a really pretty section, although it's right by the parkway, and so I've been hearing a lot of road noise. Stopping for a quick break, having another new protein bar. Looks good. It's light. Not too bad in calories for the weight, especially with 10 grams of protein. We'll see how it tastes. Tastes is good. It was a bit crumbly. It's crunchy. Texture is interesting. I don't know. I guess for variety's sake, it's nice to have. I'd be interested in trying the other flavors too. This is pistachio something. It's about 3 o'clock and I have 3 miles to go to my next water source, and 0.7 from there is a campsite. But the comments on Far Out say that not good for hammocking because the trees are close together and they're small. So if I get there and it doesn't look good, I'll just walk until I find something. Another view from the parkway. There's a great view on the other side too. So that was really cool. The car pulled up right beside me and asked me if I wanted water. I don't need water and I don't want to carry it, but it was just great because this part of the trail has been dry, and it's neat to see non-hikers, just people driving on the road, stop and take care of the hikers. It's trail magic. This is the last time I cross the parkway today. Mills Gap, James River view. Loving these trees. It's been warmer, quite a bit warmer, and there are lots of rocks. Not that that matters, I guess, but most of the snakes I've seen are on rocks. Anyway, I've been on the lookout for more snakes, and I've heard a lot of rustling in the leaves, but I haven't actually seen any snakes. What I have seen are a ton of lizards. And I took a picture and a video of one climbing up a tree the other day, but I've yet to capture another on video. They're just too fast. Okay, I have my 4 or 5, I think, pounds of water, and I'm heading to the campsite, which is not too far, half a mile or so. I read some comments that there are not good trees to hang. Maybe I already said that, I don't know. So we'll see what it looks like when I get there. If I need to, I'll just walk on, and that means I'm further along my day tomorrow. I'm happy to report that the 17 and a half or so miles today didn't beat me up too bad. And so I'm feeling pretty good. I think I owe that to my yoga practice a little, and hopefully tomorrow's 19 will be similar. Although today I think there was maybe 3,800 in elevation gain. Tomorrow there's like 6,000. So may have to reevaluate that as I go. I can't even show you how pretty it is in through here with the sun and the flowers. It's just gorgeous.